Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the RBL Week 3 Team Builder. So, this week we are versing the Bournemouth Ribombees, coached by the Ribombee Teacher, and this team, quite scary as well. Ribombee has a lot of experience with Draft League. I think far more than me, I can tell you that much. Literally, I want to say tens. I want to say he's been in like 40 plus draft leagues. I'm not 100% sure on that fact, but I feel like I know he's been in a lot of draft leagues. So obviously a lot of experience. I believe he's really confident with doubles from what I can tell. So yeah, this is a potentially scary matchup, just like last week. If you haven't checked out last week's one, go check it out. It will be on my channel somewhere. It'll be in the playlist if you go down below in the description. Go check out those previous videos because, you know, I'm having a lot of fun with this league, and that's the whole point of this league. It's just have fun. I'm not worried about winning. I don't care about, like, if I lose, I lose. Like, I'm just having fun. I'm just enjoying myself and just trying to learn some doubles, which is kind of the whole point of this. This is why I joined the league in the first place. But Ribombee's team, we've got Grimstyle, Gmax, Grimstyle. That is quite scary. Quite scary, but I have got a few Pokemon that do deal with it. You've got Thunderous, which again is just a really frustrating mon. Things like Prankster Thunderwave could definitely be a thing here. Obviously it's really powerful, the ability to set up a Nasty Plot, lots and lots of different things going on here, and I haven't really got too much to kind of get rid of any paralysis here. I probably should have ran Alcremie with Aromatherapy, if we can get the back of it, but you know, we'll play it. We'll play it as we go. NDD Male, I thought it was female for some reason, but NDD Male obviously has access to terrain, so terrain is definitely going to be a possibility to come. It's got things like Expanding Force, which can obviously hit both of my members. That's just going to be worrisome for Dragalge, definitely. We've got Lilligant. Lilligant is potentially a problem. Things like Quiver Dance it could set up. And then he's got Sun with his Torkoal as well, so he definitely could have like some Solar Beam antics. I'm not sure if it gets Chlorophyll or I'm not 100% sure of his abilities. It might get Chlorophyll, so it might be really fast. It can do After You as well, so definitely something that could be concerning. With that, we've got Steelix, which is potentially a problem as well. As I said, I've got a massive ground type weakness. Not this week. I've got two Pokemon that are weak to it, but I'm not bringing my electric types this week, which is probably a little bit weird. I did consider him, but then I was like, actually, Dragalge kind of puts in a lot of work here. Powdon put in a lot of work. Alcremie I wanted for a support. Arcanine, again, just a really good kind of support Pokemon. I can give the Intimidate, which can deal with things like the Steelix, which is the main problem for Arcanine. And if he goes for a physical Pheromosa, Intimidate can be helpful as well. Dracloak, which is quite it's an okay mon. If it's Eviolite, it could be a bit of a problem, but I have got things like Ice Beam to deal with that. Munchlax is, again, potentially scary. Eviolite, Belly Drum potentially could be a thing, or just like Belly Drum, Wikiberry maybe, or Wikiberry, Figgyberry, whatever one they are. Pheromosa, it just hits super hard. Torkoal sets up the Sun, allowing for obviously Chlorophyll to be happening, and also just having Sun in general could be helpful for him. And then Wartortle, I don't see the Wartortle coming personally, but I have got a couple of members of my team that are weak to water in this week, so you know, it could be a problem potentially. So my team, I haven't had much time to prep again. I've been really busy with work, and it's probably going to be a thing for the next few weeks because it's wild at the minute. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, we've got Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is probably going to come most weeks, honestly. Eviolite, download. I'm running basically the same EV investment because I find it to be a really good EV investment. I know with this, it definitely lives a hit from Pheromosa unless it's like choice banded. If it's choice banded, then I do go down to a close combat. But we've got the Eviolite there. Download as our ability. Hopefully we can get a +1 in our special defense, although I have a feeling that Ribombee will plan for that and have most of his mons have higher special defense than they have defense, but I have also got some physical Pokemon there as well to kind of deal with that if that is the case. We've got Trick Room on here, or we've got Recover to heal, because honestly, Porygon 2 heal, kind of necessity. Trick Room. Trick Room is actually pretty good here because he's got a lot of quite fast mons. Obviously with the Lilligant, I want to double check. Like, I'm going to do something now. I'm going to double check Lilligant's on Smogon. I've already checked the page. So it does get Chlorophyll, so definitely we could see Chlorophyll after you on Lilligant. That's definitely a strategy that I could see happening. And when I saw Lilligant kind of in the tier it was, I was a little bit like, that's really interesting. Because in singles, Lilligant is just not very good. It's got Quiver Dance, and then it's got like a bug type move and a grass type move, and that is basically it. Like, that is all you can really do. Maybe Sleep Powder on there as well, which, you know, if you can get set up, yes, that's good. But at the same time, not amazing. We've also got Leaf Guard. I'll just double check what Leaf Guard actually does. I can't actually remember. This Pokemon can't be statused. So yeah, I'm not really running any status moves. I don't really run status moves that often. So, you know, that should be okay. But I could definitely see this thing with Sleep Powder after you. Chlorophyll with the Torkoal as well. That's if it comes, that's probably the kind of set that he's going to bring. But that's why I've got the Trick Room there. The Trick Room just really nullifies that. Honestly, Porygon 2 can live hits as well. Yeah, Ice Beam. It just hits a lot of different Pokemon, including the Lilligant, the Dracloak, the Thundurus for super effective damage as well, and then Tri Attack just kind of hits everything else. Well, it hits neutral on Steelix as well, and then Tri Attack hits everything else for neutral damage. And actually, like, if I get the +1, it can definitely take out a lot of things. I think if I get the +1 in my special attack, I potentially take out the Pheromosa in one hit, which is really, really awesome. Because, you know, like, if I can live a hit from it, obviously he might double in, and it might be a problem. But I'll definitely try and get a Trick Room off, and then I should be faster than most of the mons of this team, because I'm running this very specifically as Trick... Well, I'm running almost very specifically as Trick Room in this case. So moving on to our second mon, talking about Trick Room, we've got Dragalge. Now, Dragalge has very low speed, obviously, because I have zeroed it out, because Dragalge base 44 speed is quite slow anyways. It's slower than average. So I'm putting that as a Trick Room user, and kind of what similar I was planning on doing on week 1. So kind of similar to what I was doing on week 1, I want to see if I can get Porygon and Dragalge in together, get that +1 into Porygon, and then Dynamax Dragalge, set up that Max Ooze, getting my +1s in both my Dragalge and my Porygon, and then I just get I get a really bulky sweeper in Porygon, and also quite a bulky sweeper as well in the Dragalge, because it's got really good special defense there as well. But, you know, Black Sludge also healing me up there, and Adaptability just to give me a little bit more power in my Poison and Dragon type move there. Sludge Wave, you know, if I get out of Dynamax, or if I choose not to Dynamax at any point, the Sludge Wave just hits all mons on the field, so that could definitely be helpful. Obviously, base 97 in my special attack is definitely pretty helpful, because it's big enough to actually do some damage to some different mons. It hits the Grimmsnarl for super effective damage. It hits neutral on the Thundurus. I did consider running Icy Wind specifically for the Thundurus, but then I thought if I'm running Trick Room, I don't want to risk that. Excuse me. NDD is a problem, 100%. NDD is a big problem for me. Lilligant probably goes down to a Sludge Wave. Steelix, Surf is going to hit hard. Dracloak, I've got the Dragon Pulse for. Munchlax, Sludge Wave probably hits really hard. Pheromosa is bug fighting, so I think any of my attacks will hit it. Torkoal got Surf, and then Wartortle against Sludge Wave or Dragon Pulse hits it really hard. So, you know, Dragalge can really put in a lot of work here. Obviously, I'm a little bit concerned about Steelix, because if that's a very slow variant of Steelix, if it's like minus speed as well, then potentially it could be slower than me and cause some problems. Also, you know, I've not got the biggest defense stat here as well, so I could definitely go down to an Earthquake. Although the, yeah, I'm not going to kind of explain things. The kind of, like, there's a sort of reduction in power on split moves in doubles, but I don't really know too much about it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. Okay, so we have Arcanine next, and Arcanine I've just gone for a bulky variant, bulky attacking variant, just because I've got Mandibuzz with the Tailwind, and then I've also got the Arcanine obviously here as like a neutral kind of speed, so if I double its speed, it was realistically going to outspeed the vast majority of Pokemon on the opponent's team. So we got weakness policy here, because the Intimidate combined with weakness policy from an Earthquake from Steelix, I should definitely be able to live, and that will obviously give me +2, which means I'm going to have a lot more capabilities to destroy. And then Morning Sun combined with that as well just allows me to heal myself up. You've also got War Turtle. Pretty sure War Turtle hasn't got the attack powers to take me out in one hit, so obviously that's going to be helpful. And I'm sure other things just get a little bit of coverage that potentially will hit me for some super effective damage. So that's kind of my thought process here, getting the weakness policy potentially activated. Also, I was trying to just figure out an item, and I thought weakness policy worked here. Intimidate, you know, Steelix doesn't want to be intimidated, Munchlax doesn't want to be intimidated, Grimstyle doesn't want to be intimidated, but he has got a predominantly specially attacking team. Pheromosa probably doesn't want to be intimidated either, but he can definitely run a special attacking set as well, so, you know, it's difficult to plan for that. We've got Protect on here. Obviously, Protect is really helpful to kind of scout any attacks, or if he's doubling into me, that Protect would be helpful. Flare Blitz just hits the majority of Pokemon for neutral damage or super effective damage, like Lilligant, Steelix, Pheromosa. Hits really hard. Obviously, with the Sun, I get a boosted power as well, so if he brings Torkoal, Arcanine works really well here, and that's kind of why I brought Arcanine, because I know the Flare Blitz will really start to destroy. And then Crunch, it's the NDD. The NDD comes every single match. Like, the NDD definitely comes. If the Dracloak comes, I can hit for super effective damage as well. So yeah, I've just got pretty good coverage for the majority of his team in just the Fire and the Dark type move. So we can hit neutrally on everything. As I said, EV investment, I'm just going for the bare basic, like max HP, max attack, and then if it's Trick Roomed, it will outspeed things like the Thundurus, it will outspeed the, probably the Lilligant, the Pheromosa, and possibly, I don't know what else, possibly Dracloak. I'm not sure what Dracloak speeds is, but yeah, like it will be basically different scenarios. I can have it where Mandibuzz or Porygon 2 can affect the way I use Arcanine, so that's why it's like that. Moving on to Hippowdon. Hippowdon is, again, a really cool Pokemon, and again, I'm using it offensively, and people don't use Hippowdon offensively. They always think of it as a defensive Pokemon. And I'm using it Life Orb here, Sandstream, because honestly, if I can get rid of the Sun, obviously that really would nullify Lilligant. Lilligant is base 90 in speed, so I don't really have much that will outspeed it. Maybe the Arcanine, well, Arcanine wouldn't even outspeed it because it's got the speed investment. But you know, with Tailwinds, I'd definitely be able to outspeed with several of my Pokemon. Speed-wise, for Hippowdon, we've gone for zeroed out on speed. Again, this is a Trick Room designed Hippowdon, so I'd come in probably Porygon, Hippowdon, Protect on the first turn with Hippowdon, go for Trick Room with Porygon 2. At this point, I don't really mind if Porygon 2 goes down. We've then got Earthquake, which will just hit a lot of his Mons for some kind of damage. You've also got Rock Slide, which will hit the Thundurus for super effective damage, and obviously a Life Orb, max attack. Rock Slide from Hippowdon is going to do a lot of damage and also have the chance to flinch the opposing Pokemon. And then I've got Fire Fang. It hits things like the Pheromosa and the Lilligant, which can be a problem for me as well. So yeah, Fire Fang just there for a bit of coverage. But yeah, max HP, max attack here. With a Brave Nature, so more attack, less speed. I was trying to make sure that I was as slow as possible here, just so I don't have the Steelix outspeed me, but I think the Steelix will still outspeed me in a Trick Room. Like, unless he's gone for like a minor speed nature, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Moving on to Alcremie. Now, I've gone for Alcremie here. Obviously, this is my G-Maxer, but I'm probably not going to G-Max it. The only reason I drafted Alcremie is because it's quite good in a supportive doubles role. And obviously we don't have to G-Max them. I'm probably going to D-Max either the Hippowdon or the Dragalge. Hippowdon would be really good to D-Max here to get the max Quakes up, because it's got a very especially offensive team. So that would definitely be something that would be very handy to have. But on Alcremie, I've got Decorate. Decorate obviously gives me a +2 in, I believe, my attack and my special attack. Let me just double check that one, because I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, attack and special attack get a +2, so essentially what my weakness policy would do, if I can get like to a +4 with Arcanine, then that is just going to destroy everything, which would be absolutely incredible. Fake Tears, which will combine really nicely with the Porygon 2 and the Dragalge as well, allowing me to lower down the special defense of the opposing Pokemon, and then really go to town with my attacks. We've got Recover to allow for a little bit of recovery. I did consider Protect instead of Recover, but I thought, you know, Recover could be pretty handy here, especially considering he has a specially offensive team. I'm very specially defensive, so that means I should be able to live a couple of hits. Dazzling Gleam there as well, just for a coverage attack. It's the Grimmsnarl for super effective damage. The only thing that's really a problem is the Steelix and the Torkoal. So Steelix and Torkoal are a bit of a problem in this matchup, but other than that, I think Alcremie could definitely have the capability to provide a lot of support for my team, to give that Decorate option and also the Fate Tears option, so I could essentially get a difference of like a lot. Like if I get a Decorate on one Pokemon and then I Fate Tears another Pokemon on the next turn, you know, that's going to be a large difference there that's probably going to result in some Okos. So that's kind of my thought process there. I think Alcremie is going to be a really good support Pokemon moving here on, basically. And finally, we have got Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is one that I considered like not bringing because, again, like the Tailwind option, when I'm not really running a speed-invested team, I was just a bit like, But, you know, I decided to go for it. We've got Tailwind to double our speed. I've gone for the Wakamberry because of the Thunderous. I thought that's probably my biggest concern. He hasn't got any Ice-type stab Pokemon. I could have probably gone for the Fairy Reducing Berry. I think that's the Roselli Berry. For the Grimmsnarl, but I think I'm more concerned about the Thunderous here. Overcoat is my ability because obviously Sandstorm. We've got Tailwind to double our speed, Foul Play, which is going to hit things like the several of the mons relatively hard. Steelix it will probably hit quite hard. Dracloak it will probably hit hard. Indeedee probably again relatively hard. Probably not amazingly. Pheromosa, even though it's resisted, it will probably hit it quite hard as well. I haven't done the calcs because I'm not worrying about calcs in these matches. We've got Air Slash as well, and that just covers the Pheromosa, covers the Lilligant as well, and just hits them for super effective damage. Because I thought that'd be helpful to have there. But definitely the Tailwind and the Fake Tears are my really good support moves here. Again, Fake Tears working similarly to how Alcremie would work. Kind of maybe coming in later game on this. I did consider going for Defog because he has got the option to bring the Terrain that would nullify Expanding Force a bit, but I kind of thought Air Slash was a little bit more important on the team. Defog because I'm not using any priority attacks, and if I'm getting locked into a Trick Room, the only way that he would be able to go faster than me is if he was running priority attacks, and obviously Psychic Surge would not allow you to use priority attacks. So that's kind of my thought process there. And I think Indeedee only gets Psychic Surge. It might get some Misty Surge as well. I'm not sure. You know, I'm just doubting myself now. But yeah, I'm just gonna have fun in this match. Honestly, I'm not worried about winning or losing. I'm just gonna have fun, enjoy myself, see what happens, and yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. But yeah, combinations with Porygon and Dragalge definitely is an option. Porygon and Hippowdon. Alcremie with Dragalge or Porygon 2. You've got Arcanine and probably like Hippowdon would work as quite a nice combination as well. So lots and lots of different ways that I can run in these ones. But yeah, that's going to be all for today. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here. So have a good one, and I'll see you soon.